There's a Ducati over there. There's my R6. In this video, I am test riding a Honda CBR 1000rr. Oh man, I don't know much about Hondas. I've only worked on a few, but I never owned one. And this is a 2017, so it's a slightly newer model. Oh man, I can't wait. Okay, it's in neutral. Oh, Jesus. This is the mode button, or maybe this is the mode button. I don't know how to work this. Let's just do mode 1. Oh, man. Oh man. Oh, what is this diesel doing? Oh, it's in neutral. Oh, whoops. Okay. So, first off, I'm test riding this bike from our local dealership, Longshore. Is mode 1 like a restriction mode? Like a restrictive mode? Because like my R6, fuck. Well, that was crazy. I barely gave it any throttle. Woo! I have no idea what the heck just happened. Anyways, the mode 1, that's what I'm on, right? Mode 1, is that a restrictive mode? Like mode C is on my R6? Because my R6 has 3 different modes. Mode A is like the fastest mode. It's like high acceleration, freaking sport mode, right? Mode B is like supposed to be, you know, a little died down. And mode C on my R6 is like super restrictive. It's like, man, it's like really slow. But I know on a few other bikes the modes are different. Mode A or mode 1 is the restrictive one, and then the highest mode, like mode C or mode 3, will be the more accelerating one. Now, I don't know much about how to read this. I just pretty much got on the bike and was like, yep, I'm gonna take this for a ride. Now let's hope I don't freaking spin out again. Oh shit, wrong button. Sorry, sir, in front of me, I'm not honking at you. Oh man, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm still not sure if mode 1 is restricted or not, but I mean, dang, it most definitely got up there. What did I hit, like 140, 143? Oh man, they got there pretty quick. I think I'm just gonna ride it for a little bit without talking, just to kind of get a feel of the bike. The throttle is super touchy. These mirrors, I can't see anything out of them. There we go. I can kind of see. I'm doing 90 in 3rd gear. This feels so good. bike feels amazing. Now let's talk a little bit about the bike. It's been a little bit since I've done my last bike review, which I believe my last bike review was on the Kawasaki Ninja 400. So I slightly kind of forgot about all the topics I would go over. But let's go ahead and start off with the dash. All right. Should I go around these people? I should go around these people. I'm gonna go around. This bike most definitely has acceleration. The dash, I haven't really actually looked at it, so I don't fully understand what's going on here. Obviously the RPMs, I can see that. That's an obvious one. I'm setting around like 5,000 RPMs right now in 4th gear, doing about 65 miles per hour. The modes, honestly, I think that would maybe take me like a day to get used to. If I had the bike, I could probably take a whole day, you know, going through the modes, learning about them, researching them, actually getting on the road and changing through them and seeing what they all feel like. But they have user 1, 2, and 3, and then they have mode 1, 2, and 3. I'm assuming the user 1, 2, and 3 is like different settings you can have. Like you could, like user 1, you can mess with the settings, and that's user 1. And then user 2, you can change the settings to something else and then save it to user 2, almost like in a video game. I'm still not 100% sure if mode 1 is the restricted one or what, but I'm gonna go ahead and just switch to mode 2. I'm setting around 7,000 RPMs in 2nd gear. Wow. Actually, mode 2 feels more powerful than mode 1. The only thing about this that I only really have a complaint about right now is the throttle is super sensitive, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how experienced you are as a rider. And well, the number one thing is just personal preference, whether you want it to be super sensitive or not. This is crazy. It's a 1000. I mean, what are you expecting from a 1000, FrankTastic? Huh? You expected it to be the same speed as an R6? No, you're a dummy. I'm not dumb. You dumb. I'm not dumb. I think this bike only has 12 miles on it. Like, I'm not sure when they got this bike in, but I think they recently got it in from what Cody was telling me. Now, I'm trying to get the camera to see it so y'all all can actually get like a better look at it. But yeah, I think they just got this in. If I don't trade my R6 in for it, or if I don't buy this bike, and if you're in the local Florence, Alabama area, or from Tennessee, or just anywhere you want to buy this bike, whatever the case is, if you want to buy this bike, hit up Longshore Cycles in Florence, Alabama. They will have this bike. And I'm not done with the bike review on it. I'm just my breath has just been taken away from me. I just cannot come up with anything to say about it right now because, oh my goodness, it is insane. Woo, man. Now, normally whenever I do bike reviews, and if I get it from Longshore, this is the route I'm going to be taking. How often do I get a ride of 1000? Not often. And I mean, like, honestly, a part of me is slightly considering trading in my R6 for this bike. I was hoping for R1. They didn't have an R1 that I'm actually interested in on the showroom floor just yet. So I'm actually okay with, like, if I have to, if I don't get this one, whether I do or not is undecided. So if anybody else who watches this video and you're looking for a bike and you want this, let's definitely get it. man, oh, I want it. I want this bike, but I have not test rode one of the newer R1s, so I honestly can't make my final decision just yet whether I want this or the new R1. But I mean, I was really looking to getting the new R1. Man, this bike is super fast. I had a friend who used to have a 2012 CBR 1000, and that was the first CBR I ever rode and the second 1000 I ever rode in my life. I absolutely fell in love with that bike, but that bike and this bike is almost totally different. I mean, yeah, they both was 1000s, but this bike feels faster than that. I mean, I'm not saying like by a big difference. I just mean like it just feels like it accelerates at least maybe 20% faster than the 2012 1000 CBR did. But then again, this was also 3 years ago when I rode that bike, so I could just be remembering it incorrectly. Try to get around this car at some point. I could go right now, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go now. No big deal. Let's start with the number one thing that I always look at when I ride another bike: the tank and armrest position. You know, if you're riding like this and you know, put your arm on the tank, you know, it's got to have a good feeling to it. It's got to have a comfortable resting position and a comfortable resting feel. And I tell you what, it has it. It feels so comfortable, and I mean, the tank is so big compared to my R6. Again, it's a 1000, but I mean, it's so big that all my whole arm pretty much goes across the whole thing, and it just feels comfortable. I mean, like, I could ride this every day if I wanted to, or if I needed to. This is a comfortable arm resting position. So now let's go to the seating position itself, from the arms to the arc of leaning over the tank, to the seat, to the legs, to the feet. All right, let's go. All right, the arms, honestly, I'm not leaning over as far as you would expect. Honestly, I think I'm leaning over my tank a lot more on my 2017 R6 than I am this bike, but it's actually very close to it. I would say it feels like it leans over more than a Suzuki Gixxer does. I don't know why, but Gixxers, you sit more straight than you do lean. I don't know why Gixxer does that. The further I scoot my butt back in the seat, the more I lean over. Obviously, if you knew that, that's obvious. But in like a normal, comfortable seating position on this seat to this, this is comfortable. This is real comfortable. The length between the two hands, they don't feel too far apart, but it's still comfortable. I think this one's more comfortable than that 2012 CBR 1000 I rode years ago. But my back feels normal. I feel okay. I don't feel hurt. I don't feel uncomfortable. This is a very comfortable bike and a very comfortable riding position. Now, of course, the seat itself, it has a little cush to it. It has a little cush to the seat. The seat doesn't feel like I'm sitting on plywood. It's a comfortable seat. The leg positions feel pretty normal for a sport bike to me. It's very similar, if not the same, as my R6. Close enough for me to have no judgment there. It's very comfortable. I like it. So the seating position on this bike, I give it about a 9 out of 10. I really don't have any complaints about the seating position. You know, something you really have to get used to. I know I mentioned the dash earlier, and I didn't really talk about it as fully as I wanted. But honestly, I don't really understand the dash, and I'm still in mode 2. So I guess I can just let y'all figure out the dash, look it up or something. I hit 160 or did it just stop at 159? I don't know. I felt amazing. Oh, my R6 tops out at 160, but the fastest I've got it to was 152. This got there in almost no time, no trouble. I only stopped because I slightly got scared for my life there, because the road was going down and up, and I didn't want to, you know, hit a small bump and the tire just pop up. Alright, so normally I would take this back to the dealership, have a little bit more fun on it. But before then, I'm going to switch to Mode 3. Back it off a little bit and get a little feel of Mode 3. I need to get it at 7,000 RPMs like I did in Mode 2. Alright, I'm just gonna pull the throttle. Man! Honestly, I can't tell the difference between the modes. Oh, the freaking throttle feels a lot more sensitive on Mode 3. I don't know if that's just the throttle itself or the mode, but now I'm on Mode 1 again. Yeah, hey, I almost wiped out right there. Watch it, guys. Yeah, normally I would go back to Longshore, but I want to ride it around town to get a feel of what a 1000's like in town. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if Mode 1 is its racing mode, that's not the mode I want to be in town. But I'm going to ride it in this mode anyways. I wish I knew. I should have looked into the specs on this thing before I got on it, but I didn't because I'm a dummy. I want to take some pictures. I want to do something. All right, I'm taking pictures right here. Oh man, it's so hot. It is so hot. I should take my helmet off. Man, am I still recording? That is probably one of the biggest questions I ask. Am I still recording? Is my GoPro still on? But I took some pictures of the bike. If you want to see those pictures, go to my Instagram. God, what is my name on Instagram? I believe it is DX FrankTastic. No spaces, no uppercases. There should be a link to my Instagram somewhere in my description, or maybe my channel's about section. I could be wrong about that. Anyways, I post pictures on Instagram all the time anyways about of my motorcycle. So go to Instagram, go to search DX FrankTastic. I should pop up. Go ahead and follow me on there because I post pictures pretty constantly of motorcycles and stuff. But this bike is pretty amazing, and I mean, I know I don't have my handheld HD camera to do some high quality cinematic shots of the bike, which that's what I wanted to do. I think it's about time I return this bike back to the dealership. Hey, a golf ball. It's a broken golf ball. I've been bamboozled. Honestly, if I owned this bike, like if I decided to actually get this bike today, I probably wouldn't get off of it until like tomorrow. I would just ride all night long. I'm back at the dealership. Insanely fun. I want to test ride this thing one day. Slingshot. I hate to give you back, but I don't think it's gonna work between us. And trust me, it's not you. It's me. Like I said, if you live in the local area and you are looking to buy this bike, come to Longshore Cycle Center and buy it. I think they said it's like 12,000. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.